Welcome to Turku Saatanalle XII, the 2025 edition. Here we are with a German legend, Tsatthoggua, and now we're talking about, well, their respective career and more than so. Well, we have 4 people in the band, and let's start by introducing them. Welcome to Rauta. Sir, please state your name and what are you doing in the band?
It's Rauta, and I'm playing guitar.
What about you, sir?
Hi everybody, I'm Lightning Ball, playing drums in a band.
And I'm Northwind and I'm the vocalist.
And you?
False Prophet, the bass player.
All right. So, we are all about a band that started so many years ago, more than 30 years ago. And then suddenly the band was no more. You took quite a bit of a, can we call it a break or breaking up, hiatus?
Breaking up, yeah.
And then you came back with a new good album. Let's start with you. What's the story of, breaking up in the first place and then coming back?
It was somewhere in '99 when we break up and need a pause because everyone we both built his family, a family with 4 kids, and he has 2 kids. And we normally know each other during our youth and have time together and even live in the same city. And after years we met every now and then decided he's another band here. Northwind has another band before we reunited, and then we decided to play a concert. Only wanted to play one concert, and that it grows and grows and grows.
So kind of a classic story, like we'll start to do a comeback show and suddenly like, hey, we need to make a new album too.
Yeah, it's happened.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, who wants to answer this? Let's talk about the band's name. I mean, a lot of people obviously already like, I know the answer, but we won't let them answer. Maybe you can tell. What's the story of the band name?
The story of the band, it's an ancient god, Tsatthoggua, but before, I don't know, do you remember, we have the same name like the dissection before, and then we changed the name, and the dissection started in 1993 or so. And then we changed the name to Tsatthoggua, and I don't know.
We changed the sound also.
Yes.
Yeah.
We turned from death metal into black metal. Yeah. New image, new name, new game.
Yes.
Well, that's a very good way to put it. But why of all the names for some kind of an ancient god, which I guess a lot of people know, oh yeah, it's the Lovecraftian thing kind of a... So why you go with that kind of a name in the first place? What's the meaning to you guys?
I think it's an Necronomicon
Yeah.
Style is.
style. Yes.
That's most what we like, the power of the music and the style of the music and using masks and all that stuff. It's not like a circus, it's how we like it.
Okay, let's talk about you. You doing also important part of the band with the instruments and all. Your music has changed throughout the years. Pretty much all of your 3 albums are very different.
Yes.
First one, yes, fast tempo as the second one, but more, I guess, in a way, more experimental in a way. And then your latest album is also almost like from a different genre. How this evolution has gone in your opinion, from this more early black metal, or early death metal for black metal to another state of black metal and then onwards?
Boah, ich weiß gar nicht, was dir dazu sagen soll, Alter.
Yeah, first EP was a little more crazy and speed and with keyboards as well and with a huge sound of keyboards. It's more crazy.
Yeah.
Because we were younger that time, I think also. And second album we recorded it in Sweden. It was a little bit more controlled, I think so, but the style different. Style the same, like a little bit different for us. We're more controlled, I think so.
And more violent.
Yes.
Already it seems like that was.
It's a little bit more Marduk style.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. But your new album isn't that fast forward anymore. It's not that high tempo. It's different and kind of shows in a little bit like times have changed. Or do you feel at all the
Yeah,
same?
it's a long time ago since the second album, and we tried to first time we tried to involve some slow stuff. That was not easy at the beginning because we like it fast, not as fast as today's bands going through the ceiling, but for us it's okay. The music is powerful as well.
Yes.
In my opinion, or in our opinion, the style with Mask and is the same mind, but it's maybe more controlled.
How does it feel? Okay, we're all older. We're not anymore in our 20s. We're roughly the same era of like being 50s and all that. How does it feel to be playing extreme metal when people have kids, people have different careers, and it's not like being teenagers rebelling against whatever? Who wants to go? You?
No.
For us, it's more. We like to. For us, it's more like fun. If we go to a concert, or if we play some shows, we can. For us, it's a good time to be on stage, play powerful sound. It's like party time for us every time. We went to a concert. Most of the concerts we play abroad nowadays, and for us it's always great to be on a good festival, a good surrounding, to speak to each other, for the fans and for the to the bands and all that stuff.
But we are more relaxed.
Yeah, more relaxed,
than
yeah.
before when we was younger. And when we say we cannot play or we have no time, then we say okay, it's shit on it, and say we play next time or so. We are really relaxed when we stay together or so. It's not the same before when we was young. It's all easy. So.
Yeah.
But the most thing that changed, I think so.
Yeah.
How about younger audience? I mean, for older audience, I mean, of course they know because you've been there for so many years, so much time has passed, and coming back and now making the name for the new generation. How has it been for you? Like, how do you need to convince the young audience to like, hey, we're still a relevant band?
It's interesting if some younger guys know us, 1 or 2 years ago. But we did some video in the beginning after we reunited, and some are laughing. Yeah, the old grandpas are back and stuff like that, and don't care about that. But it's good to talk to younger guys as well. Yeah, they're also interested. Yeah.
I guess also German landscape for extreme metal has changed over the years. I remember like back in the 90s, German black metal wasn't really as much of a thing. Everybody knew, of course, the thrash metal bands. They were the Sodoms and Creators and Destruction, but death metal and black metal wasn't not so much of a thing. Nowadays, of course, there are lots of good German bands, and of course, bands like bigger mainstream bands like Rammstein have surely helped. Like, hey, let's put German on the on the map, big time. How do you see these changes, like as an extreme metal band, like how things have changed in your opinion throughout the years?
Oh, okay. When we started with the extreme sound, the audience was all still and make nothing, only looking. What is here? And say, he was, I don't know in English, dass sie nicht geklatscht haben oder sich gefreut haben. I don't know.
There was silence after every song. There was silence.
No applause.
A little bit like confusing the audience.
Yes. So people are like, what the fuck is going on?
Yes.
Are they crazy? Yes, we are. That's so good.
When we go on stage with a mask and so on, and I say, what do you do?
Yeah, the beginning was type of difficult and confusing. Yeah.
Well, your output isn't exactly your typical. I was talking to Arto, the cameraman, like hey, they have these cool outfits and all, which is not for everybody. People might have been like, what the hell are these guys? Like, these must be some crazy people. Do you still get that reaction?
But now all so much black metal bands use some mask and some stuff, and it's not the bands are not really.
It was funny to see when we start in the 19th, we were wearing the mask and everyone is laughing about us. And when we come back in 220, everyone is wearing the mask.
So you were kind of creating a trend in a way. You're
and nobody knows it.
Nobody knows it. Yes.
But you know that
Yeah,
matters. It
yeah.
matters that you can be like, hey, we were part of creating that stuff.
Yeah.
And so much people say to us, the sound before it was too early when we started. And
Well, that's a good
the
point.
sound.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
say the crowd don't understand it when you stay on the stage.
Yeah.
But now you have more extreme bands and so.
Yeah, I guess newer generation is more ready for that.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and every band wear corpse paint
yeah.
this time, and we want to
Be
set
different.
a different picture.
Yeah.
So we said, okay, let's do the masks.
What about because you have quite a new album out? Album versus live, which is more important to you?
Oh, we like the mix. We like.
Of course, but if you have to choose, which one is more important? Making these
Album
songs?
versus live.
Yeah.
I think for us it's more interesting live.
I also like to playing live.
Yeah,
Yeah,
playing
the
live,
power
yeah.
of the audience. We got a good mood, and everybody likes the songs we perform. That's
Traveling
really good for
around,
us. Traveling
being
around,
together.
yeah.
Yeah.
We grew up together.
Yeah.
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 That's one thing I really like about the band also is that there is no like young kids in the band. When you
No.
see a lot of old bands, they see like, okay, I could be his father or he could be like 15 years younger and all that stuff. But you're kind of at the same generation. You're old pals. And what made you stick around? What made your friendship real?
We are friends since.
Wir 12 years.
During
Seit
our
wir
youth.
12 waren.
So
Yeah.
yes.
Since we are 12.
Yes.
Yeah.
We fought
so-
together in the
grew
same
up together.
town.
Yes,
Growing up in the same town.
Do
we
shit
started with
together.
music together when we was young.
Yeah.
Was
And for
12
me,
and-
it was already important to if I play music again, so only with these guys.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if not, I'm not going back to play
Still the same
something.
lineup.
Yes.
It's good to
Yeah, I
know.
mean, I've been in the situation when you see like, okay, these guys are 20 years younger. Oh fuck! Can they really be my friends when they're so much younger?
No,
So,
definitely not.
yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
But in terms of age, you have back pains. You, have, like,
Yes.
you need more sleep, and you're no more partying that hard. How much has it changed for you? Like when you go on tour, what do you do differently nowadays?
Differently we make
Nothing.
Some things change a little bit. If you
But
go
yesterday
Yeah.
we stopped here
Yeah.
and
We
go
take our
earlier
break,
to bed
yeah.
before we say, oh no.
So just before, I think we have it. No, we have it or
Yesterday?
Yes. We have it. We are going to sleep
Yes.
in bed. So after we started yesterday at 2 o'clock in the morning to fly to Finland, and so we are finished for the day.
Yeah.
So,
Makes sense.
yeah.
Finish for the day. I remember a few years ago when I was talking to Mille of Creator, and he was talking about later years, like, oh, I changed for the more vegan diet, and it's sort of like, that doesn't sound really extreme metal. I mean, I get it that you're getting older and it's not the same as in your 20s, but I also find it fascinating that people actually pay attention to, living a healthy lifestyle. What about you? Do you have to think about how much you drink or what do you eat?
No.
In terms of...
No.
You're still like, oh, fuck. We're made of German steel.
like a tank.
Yes.
Well, everybody now, younger generation might not know that, everybody knows in this generation anyway that German machines are the things that work. When everybody else is destroyed, there's a German tank going someplace. So are you, in a sense, a German tank that when everybody else has died, Tsatthoggua will be like...
Move forward. Old but good. Yes.
All good.
All good. So, now that you have this comeback album, now, of course, people are wondering, now, do we have to wait another 20 years for the next album, or will there be more music?
No. We think we make more music next time. When the next album, we think in 2 years.
We will take time.
Yes, time.
This time we need for this one. So
no stress.
So it's just be cool. So we're all really going older, yeah. So it's difficult to play the drums with 55 years and something like that. So let's have. We will see.
All.
Yeah.
Yeah, no pressure. I think Sandoval is 65 soon or so. Yeah, plenty of time. Plenty of time to keep the plasmids going on.
Crazy.
So, okay, you have new albums lined up and all that stuff. Talking about your inspirations, everybody have their own generation
Yeah.
of inspiration. Like, oh, I grew up with this band and that style. What about you guys? What makes your balls tick when you're like, hey, I get inspired. These are the kind of stuff that make me do these riffs.
Oh, but I think it's important is extreme music,
Yeah.
fast and extreme.
Different and
Yes,
extreme music,
different.
yeah. I think today there's so many the students, also Studenten oder ne, play drums like a machine gun, yeah. Then there are so many bands out there. They're extreme, nice and great, and I think that is not our wie heißt das jetzt hier? Dass das unser Anspruch ist, ne? Wie heißt das?
Weiß ich nicht. Intention maybe.
Intention, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Extreme music. So that's it.
For me personally, I don't listen to any new bands that much. I'm really into the old stuff. I listen to old records like Imperial Nazarene, Old Marduk stuff, Morbid Angel stuff. Like
Yeah, that's what I wanted to know. Like, what was your...
some new bands, but not that much for me.
But what were the bands that got you started? Like, okay, you chose the drums and like, I want to play like this and that guy. What were the bands that got you like to choose the instrument, to choose your style?
For me, it's like the old bands like Impaled, or like really Impaled.
Morbid Angel.
Morbid Angel,
In the
Slayer.
beginning.
We started the tour with Marduk together. We were really impressed of them. So Marduk is really one of my favorites. Or like Entombed, I like Swedish or Dissection or Dismember, like this kind of bands.
No, talking about vocal style. What made you like, hey, I want to be the singing guy. I want to do these and that crazy
the
vocals.
Vocals. I changed the vocals a little bit from the highest, a little bit deeper, you know. But I don't like the. In the moment, I don't like the highest vocals. I'm boring from too much highest vocals.
Yeah.
So much
screaming.
Yes, and so. And now I change a little bit, and I feel better with the vocals now, and it's I don't know. Say to before I'm boring from the highest vocals all the time.
Are there some certain vocalists you really like? Hey, these are my favorite ones.
Oh, my favorite vocals, but I hear. It's also different too. Last time we hear so much Hate Manifesto. I like it very much. So the style. It's a little bit Marduk style from the guitars, but death metal vocals and so.
Good band.
But, yes, and I like it very much in the moment. It's my favorite band. So.
Okay, that's nice to hear.
Yes.
Now, talking a little bit about future. Now that we're going towards the end of the interview, what can we expect from Tsatthoggua coming few years? Except from our new album eventually.
Hopefully for live situation, more shows. We like to go to US maybe next year. We try to go to Colombia and more up-road shows, bigger shows maybe, but black metal shows like that for me personally, for the live situation.
Are there any certain kind of I don't know, events like gigs, festivals, or tours even you prefer or the others? Do you have your favorite style of, places?
Little clubs is more important for us.
Yeah.
The big stage or for it's okay, but the feeling is not the same you play in a club or so.
Yeah.
But on the big stage you have it's familiar in the club to play in the club. We like it more. So.
Or like festivals like Steelfest was really perfect for us.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was really
Bigger,
well.
but
Feels
we
really good to
don't
be
play
there.
on Wacken or so.
Well, yeah, I guess like coming from my mind, I would say the events like Turku Saatanalle Steelfest are definitely for your kind of audience. Definitely like these people understand what's going on. You go to Wacken a little bit like these guys are actually more into power metal.
The circus is coming in town.
Yeah, very much so. Okay. Now towards the final questions. Okay, now there are hopefully some newer generation of coming fans and all that stuff, and they're like, okay, what should I start with? Should I go with the new style because the dude in the middle said they'll do all different albums? What should the new fans start with? The new material or the old?
They can choose what they like.
What is your favorite? Let's ask this way.
My favorite. When we play live, maybe tonight or normal shows, we mix of every album. We choose songs of every album.
Do you have favorite ones that you would say, this is my favorite song by our band?
Yes, Niemals geboren.
Yeah.
I think that's already a
From
good
the
one.
Hosanna Bizarre, yes.
Yeah, from the first album. Yeah, I think it's a good one.
Yeah, we like to play from the first album songs.
What about you? Do you have a certain favorite songs like this is the one that I really am super proud
I
of?
think Stadtstürmer from Tanzkant Whip. It's
So you all
It's
give a little bit different angles to go with. A little bit different songs.
Oh,
and all.
yes.
Okay, good. All right, any final words? Let's start with like you, sir.
No.
Okay, now there's this younger version of you, and you're like, okay, give to the word to the wise, the advice to your younger self.
I don't know. Sorry.
Okay, what about you? Give a tip to some next generation drummer.
Stay bizarre.
Stay bizarre.
Be strong. Be strong.
Be strong, all right.
Enjoy your life.
Yes, I say
That's a good one. As a vocalist, what would you tell to the new next Cold and Throat?
extreme sound for extreme people. Yes.
And what about you, sir?
I think
What he said. All right.
He's
All
my
right.
friend.
All right. So now, guys, you hopefully know a little bit more about the band and their background and all the changes and all that stuff. Now, when you get the chance, go to see them live and, of course, do your homework and listen to the music. This is Tsatthoggua, this is Turku Saatanalle, and this is Rauta. Off you go and stay metal.
Yeah.
No, sorry.
Thank you, guys.
Sorry about
Sorry, it's not easy.
That's not easy
no worries.
for the.
Guys, before
thank
you
you
go,
very much. Our English is so bad.
No, it's all good. Don't stress about it. I mean, no interview is never so perfect. But before you go, let's take